Good, beautiful morning, all you awesome, amazing individuals. Facebook still will not let me go live, so you're going to have to deal with a recorded video. So voice is getting a little better, but a lot of stuff's coming out, which is a good thing, right? It's getting out of there. So, we had some cancellations today. It's just part of the game, right? Now, I want people to be very clear of something, and this is not me. This is owner's fault, right? So me and Patty and the team have been trying to put together standards for the past couple years of what our expectations are, what rules are on the job, professionalism, the whole 9 yards, right? And I found myself getting frustrated when expectations of our business wasn't getting met. And what I didn't realize until recently, watching a really good guy that's kind of mentored me into changing my life. Not a lot. He's mentored me some in business too. This will be a little bit about it. Is he said, you cannot have a serious, real, successful business without a standard guideline. And I pondered upon that for a while, because I kept telling myself all the time in my head, I'm telling these people the standards, I'm telling our team the standards every day. Every day. For the past 5 years. And sometimes it sinks in and other times it doesn't. And what I realized is, it's not the team's fault. It's my fault. It's my fault that I never sat down and took the time to write down what our standards are, invest enough of my time in the day to write down in an employee handbook what our standards are, what the policies are, what disciplinary actions look like, and then get it all printed up and put some signatures on the back of the pamphlet, and then hold people to the standard opposed to people thinking they're getting picked apart or attacked. That was my fault. That was not any employee's fault. It wasn't my Patty's fault. It wasn't our Alicia's fault. It wasn't our Nikki's, our Jen's, our Billy's, our Jimmy's, our everybody else's fault. It was none of their fault. It was my fault. It was somewhere where I still didn't understand. See, business, and I'm not giving business advice, but business is all systems. It's all systems. And the better your systems are set up, the better your functions are going to go, right? The better systems you have for your team to go off of, the better of a team member they're going to be. Little did I know that, right? I just thought you'd tell some. It's kind of like I think of myself. Well, somebody can tell me something all my life, and they have, and I not retain none of it. But now we have an employee handbook, and now that we have our standards in black and white, where our team members can go back and look at them, look them over, reread them, they will understand if something doesn't go right, or if the expectations aren't met, it's nothing personal, it's just the standard. See, I think for a while, even Patty, even Alicia, Nikki, and other people we have working for us, had thought that I was nitpicking them in areas of weakness. Let's just say that, right? We all got them, I got them, everybody's got them. But that's just not true. And I didn't know how to explain that I'm just trying to hold the standard. which the standard is excellence, right? Now, I know it's obvious everything can't be excellent, but until it is the best it possibly can be, you cannot move on. That's how corners get cut. That's how businesses get known from a cutting corner, half-ass job, whatever you want to call it. That's how businesses get known for that, and that ruins the business. And I've said from day one that quality will be the standard because people deserve to get the best quality possible for their hard-earned income. As I would expect if I'm hiring a company to come into my home and do whatever, fix a pipe, fix my sink, whatever it might be, I would expect the utmost premium standard and quality out of that company. Or guess what? I will not refer them. Why would I refer a company that came in, that I seen, cut 3 corners? Why would I refer that company to the next person that's going to spend their hard-earned money to get more corners cut? Well, you don't. So excellence has been our standard since day one. However, it's been my fault, and I own up to that. I take accountability for everywhere I'm wrong. It's been my fault that I did not have a standard guideline of what our standards look like, what the expectations are, not even just the expectation, what the standard is. The standard is excellence. And that's what we go after. And matter of fact, that's how people get raises working for us, is upholding the standard and going beyond that. That's how you get raises. And I think a lot of companies we work for just simply don't offer that. And I'm not saying we're anything outside of any other company, because there are some really good, great companies out here. But if you don't have something your team can reference to or look at to understand what the standard is, how are they ever going to know? When I say uphold the standard, I'm talking about myself too. This puts me to a higher level. This makes me be accountable for when I'm not upholding the standard. So it's kind of funny how I got frustrated this past year, 2 years. All businesses go through this too, by the way. It's not just me. Of how sometimes the standards get met, other times we go in there, we overlook things, we do a double take, triple take, we're seeing things that ain't getting done to the standard. Well, nobody's had a book to go off them that explains to them what the standard is. And I've tried explaining as well, listen, this is not a personal attack. I'm not attacking you or your personal being. We are addressing the standard. The standard isn't who you personally are as a individual, but upholding the standard long enough will actually improve the character of your being over a period of time to where you'll uphold that standard in everything you do in life. Not only in work, you will bring that standard home to your children. You'll bring it home to your husband or your wife. You will apply it into everything you do, because upholding a high level of standards in one aspect of your life trickles down in all aspects of your life. And then it gives us better outcomes in life. So this is bigger than just the standard for our mission. This is to also breed high standard individuals, which our society needs most right now. It's just kind of funny, these things you learn as you go throughout business. Matter of fact, when I first started video content 7-8 years ago, I said one of the things I was going to do is journal and dialogue of the things I'm learning throughout the process. Here is one of them. If we want people in our team to uphold a standard, we have to be very clear and specify what those standards are. They have to be able to visually see it, as well as we have to be upholding it ourselves. Because if I'm setting a standard for the team and I'm not upholding the same standard, they're going to laugh at my standards, as they would you and anybody else. You can't expect excellence out of people when you're not trying to give excellence yourself. It's not going to work. People will mimic your standards opposed to what you're telling them. It's just like raising your children. Your children aren't going to listen to you if your actions say the exact opposite. The old saying, do as I say, not what I do. It's the dumbest, most childish parenthood shit that I've ever heard in my life. It is false, and it will never happen, and your children will never listen to it. They will mimic who you are and the standards you have set for yourself in life, not what you tell them. And the same goes for when you're trying to build a team. We are trying to build one of the greatest, highest standard teams in the industry that we're in. And in order to do that, you have to have systems. You cannot just say, I can't just come to work every day and say, hey guys, we're going to be the best in the world. Right? To you, you may laugh about that and that may sound funny, but that is my vision and my dream for not only me and Patty, but the entire team, is to be known as one of the best. Not because of I want people to look at us as the best, because that's what the client deserves. So the more and more and the longer the years go on in the services that we provide, the more and more I'm still growing as well. You can't expect your team to grow if your growth is stunted. I've worked for a lot of companies that expect to see their team grow when the owner got comfortable. Your team isn't going to grow if you're not growing. I love you all. If this has helped any of you guys with any insights, if you got anything out of this, please give it a share. Please subscribe to the channel. I love you guys all. Have a rockin' rad day.